And there we go. Welcome everyone then to the first game of the series between the Viper and Vortix for game number 1. We're gonna have for the map Dry Arabia, and it's Rus for the Viper. Meanwhile, Vortix, he's gonna be playing as the English. What does it mean? Well, for the Viper, his civilization, the Rus over here, they are going to have, of course, a bounty mechanic by which you get gold by taking wild animals down. So if you can go and find a deer, if you can go and find wolves or boars, you can take those down. You're gonna be getting extra gold. You can see over here Vortix is already trying to deny some of that from the Viper by taking his own deer. Meanwhile, the Viper is finding a wolf already. I don't think he's found a deer just yet, right? He doesn't need to go for the deer right away. If he can get some scouting information and try to find some forward deer, it's going to be so much better. And then instead he can go for a second scout later from the TC, and then he can use that scout to take the nearby deer down as well. But yeah, besides that, the Viper will also get a hunting cabin, producing gold per minute, depending on the amount of wood available around it. We'll get for Rus also access to early nights. It's overall going to be a very strong civilization. And yeah, for Vortix on the other hand, well, Vortix with English, he will be getting cheaper farms. The farmers work faster, closer to the mill as well as a variety of other bonuses. Actually, there's a lot for English. There's extra arrows from the TCs. There's also for them the network of castles bonus, which is pretty strong. And a variety of things over here. I think the most important thing to keep in mind is just the bounty mechanic of the Rus. That's what players are going to be playing around in the early stages of the game. So Vortix, once again, he's already gone around. He's taking some of the deer over here, thus denying potential bounty for the Viper. And the Viper is about to find out about the deer. He knows, yeah. So that's going to be the first batch of deer I think he's taken. He's moving over up north, that's over here. So that's going to be 2 patches of deer. And then there's one over on the right hand side. I'm actually not really sure if it was the Viper who took this one. I think it might have been given the amount of gold that he's collected already. Yeah. He's taking the deer over here. Yeah. He's found 3 out of 4 deer patches, which is remarkable. He takes both these deer down, and he's already going to be in the 2nd tier over here, which makes the villagers harvest food faster and make the cabins generate gold every 24 seconds. Which is, of course, so much better as well. It's going to be pretty good. Makes the Rus economy fantastic. Good job. Village should be on the way already for the Viper. There we go. Vortix, I think, is already going up himself, right? Not really. Is he? Oh yeah, he is. He's got the council hall already coming up. I think he's going up a little bit sooner compared to the Viper. Viper's going for the golden gate over here. Yeah, and Vortix going up a wee bit faster. It's fine. It's quite clear. English have been very predictable. Usually, whenever I'm casting them, it's just going to be full-on archer spam. And of course, the council hall is going to allow you to train these twice as fast. So, as long as he can sustain production, of course, and he's going to be working towards that goal in the future, he should be able to get a good spam going, and it's so hard to hold on against that. However, obviously for the Viper playing with Rus over here, the availability of early nights can make a big difference, because archers, or actually any units, right, in the village, they're going to be struggling against knights because of them being heavy units compared to light units, mostly available only in the village. However, the English, they actually do have a heavy unit available in the village, because as soon as the Dark Age, they already have access to Vanguard men-at-arms. Is that going to be strong enough against knights? Probably not, though. But yeah, if you pair that up, maybe... Well, the spearmen are going to be good, right? As of the latest patch as well, the spearman multiplier, damage multiplier against cavalry has gone up to 2.5x as opposed to only 2x. So that alone is already going to be alright to defend against early knights as long as you have enough unit control to take advantage of it, and you can cover your bases, you can cover the majority of your economy, and you're not exposed anywhere. Well, regardless, Vortix already gained some archers out. Meanwhile, the Viper on the other hand's got a stable coming up for early nights. There we go. And he should be going for this already. He's not going for it just yet, doesn't have the resources. Meanwhile, Vortix on the other hand's got the archers coming forward already. A villager as well? No way, is this going to be for outpost? I think it might be just outpost and archer push. But I would love if he would go for spearman as well. He does not have a barracks just yet though, only houses coming up. Well, anyway, let's see. Vortix is gonna start pushing already. He's got the stealth force over here to shelter his units. And the Viper on the other hand. Let's take a look at the Viper to see if he's done any progress for the bounty. 310, it's pretty good. You can get 150 from taking boars, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he could potentially go for that as well. But let's see. Oh, we have a wooden fortress though for the Viper already. This acts like an outpost, but it also boosts nearby wood lines, you know, or rather lumber camps over there. Yeah, villager down already for the Viper. It boosts the lumber camps around so that you get more wood from this, from your lumberjacks. So let's see. Outpost coming up in the stealth forest. Is going for a barracks afterwards. Good job already, a villager going down. And the thing about the English as well is because these archers are longbows as opposed to standard archers, they actually get more range. They are a little bit slower though compared to standard archers. But you can see that he already was able to push the villagers away from woodland over here, which is going to be so many wasted resources for the Viper, right? Like he's gotten the wooden fortress over here, the lumber camp is not going to be able to take advantage of anymore. Now he needs to make a switch down south. And he's going for another wood fortress because he kind of has to go for it now to maximize the potential of the lumber camp over here. Okay. It's overall pretty good damage from Mr. Vortix, but Viper is still ahead in score. And a little bit of it is going to be just the extra gold that he's gotten so far from the huntables. And let's check. Scouts getting pushed away over here. Viper's got professional scouts, he's roaming around. Vortix not gone for it though, which means he's probably going to be making a switch to farm significantly sooner as soon as he runs out of sheep over here. Well, the Viper on the other hand has got food for days, of course. He'll keep on sending the scouts out and he should be able to get this deer patch. I think he's already collected all the deer on the right hand side that we saw earlier. It's only the deer up north, closer to Vortix's base, that Viper's not taking just yet, but I guess he could potentially go for it eventually. We'll see. Regardless, this is what I want to take a look at. The barracks means spearmen coming out already. Interestingly enough though, he's sending the spearmen back home. That is the danger of going for forward buildings. If you need to defend yourself back home, it's actually going to take a good chunk of time for your units to actually make it back to your base, right? So yeah, on the one side, you can start pushing already from earlier. It's going to be a little bit easier, of course. There's not going to be quite as much travel distance for the units. So the moment you queue a unit up and the moment you get a reinforcement in your bulk of units, it's already going to be so much shorter compared to if you had a back building. Well, anyway, where is the push from Vortix? I feel like he's been going for military units over here, but he's actually not been taking advantage of them. This is something that I feel might be a little bit too tough for Vortix if he does not get the push going already. Because this passive gameplay style is going to be so good for the Viper. The Viper will have so much time to get defenses up. He'll have so much time to get his own units up as well. We see one village going down over here for Vortix as well. And you can see Viper's got only 2 early knights over here. And he's already taken a village down. Meanwhile, Vortix got so many units over here. And I think he's gotten 1 villager down earlier on the wood line. But it's only now getting the push going once again. So yeah, a little bit too passive, for sure. But it is what it is. Let's check. Yeah, the wooden fortress going down already. Good job from Vortix. He's got spearmen finally. Torches. Lombowmen. Meanwhile, the Viper is not striking anymore. Where are the knights for the blue player? Let's get them back home. Yeah. Keeps on collecting. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, he went forward and he's taking back. Yeah, he's taking back the deer. Well played. You can send the scouts forward once again and collect them again. Collect even more. He's gonna have food for days over here, basically. He's got already more than enough food necessary to go up to the castle age. He's only missing some gold. He could potentially use the golden gate over here to try and balance his economy. Yeah. Meanwhile, over here, Vortix, once again, still on sheep for the most part. This is not Age of Empires 2. This is not faster working for shepherds, rather, for the English. No. So yeah, let's see. There we go. Good job. Yeah, the stable's going down. Viper does not have enough defense over here. It's got a good amount of archers though, to be fair, but these lombos with extra range, as long as you can keep the distance and you can keep good unit control, you know, lombos are going to be so much better. There we are, good job. Well played. This is what I want to see. I want to see lombos versus archers. And see if Vortix can actually take advantage of the extra range or not. This realm's going down for sure, so he's gonna try and protect it. Let's see. What do we have over here for the Viper? It's got only villages, right? And it seems like a wooden fortress is going down for sure. Is it? It should be. Yeah. It's going down. Good job. Vortix, he's got great pressure coming up over there. The villagers get ejected. The Viper is going to start taking losses already. 2 villagers down. And without the fortress, he's forced into another one to keep on maximizing the potential of his lumber camp. Over here, Viper was trying to go for a sneaky raid from behind, but he wasn't able to do too much. Now he's going right forward instead. I did not know about this. I feel like if you're under this much pressure, right, from Vortix, if you're in Viper's position, you gotta kind of try and clean the units up as opposed to going forward, and he's gonna try to do it. All the units are going down already. Let's see. Vortix got the Lombos over here. Good job. Taking on the scouts. No problem. The Speedman over here. Fantastic meat shield as well. Very, very nice unit control over here for Vortix. But still, he's struggling to take advantage of the extra range. So, actually, Viper's being able to get a decent trade. I think he's still getting cleaned up, though. Doesn't he? 7 versus 12. Yeah. The Viper gets cleaned up. Good job. Castle H on the way now for the Viper. Meanwhile, Vortix, on the other hand, not anywhere near having enough resources to go up to the Castle H. But does he need to? Maybe not. Cleaning up all the units over here from the Viper means that he's going to have, once again, an open area over here to strike. We see the Abbey of the Trinity coming up for the Viper. And this is going to make it so that you can produce warrior monks at half the cost. It's going to act as a monastery. Meanwhile, Vortix is getting 1 ramp up. He needs to go for more. Unfortunately, he does not have the resources just yet. But if he could go for more rounds, that would be ideal. I think he needs at the very least 2 to get the push going. If he can get 3, actually, that's even better. There we go. Castle Age is here. So now, Viper, what is he going for? In terms of upgrades, we see for the Viper, no upgrades coming up whatsoever. Vortix was going for setup camp, by the way. Yeah, the Viper's got no upgrades. He's got only extra pierce attack, but I think we probably already have that for Vortix as well, right? Yeah, Vortix got it. And Vortix got extra pierce armor as well. The Viper has not gone for extra pierce armor just yet. More archers coming out. Minotaurs on the way. This is so much better. I do love the Minotaur play from the Viper. Do keep in mind, once again, though, that Minotaurs are available starting Dark Age for English as well. So potentially, Vortix could bring early Minotaurs in the Fuel Age. But yeah, for the time being, it's a little bit of a struggle for sure for the red player to keep on pushing. He will take the wooden fortress though, and he's going right up against the villager once again. He's going to try to get one down, could not do it. Instead, he's got the rounds over here. He's defending them to keep the push going. Notice the red line over here, an ant line, as Vortix keeps on trickling units and reinforcing his army. He should be in a much better spot over here compared to the Viper. Yeah, he's taking so much down. The Viper's just struggling to defend himself. Wow, this is really good from Vortix. Notice how Viper's villagers, the lumberjacks from earlier, are just roaming around. He's got so many villagers over here just trying to get the ram down. And that's going to make his economy so inefficient. Of course, how many villagers do we have over here for the Viper? He's got 32 villagers, guys. Just trying to take the rams down, and sure, he's doing it. That's going to represent about a full minute of those villagers not working. Meanwhile, the economy for Vortix is going to be full steam still. Let's take a look at the villager count over here. 43 for the Viper. Meanwhile, Vortix, on the other hand, is at 35 only, which I do find a little bit surprising, given that both players were on 1 TC each. I think that's gotta be just a little bit of idle TC time, probably from Vortix. Probably paying too much attention to the push over here. Might just be the case. Once again, another wooden fortress. Well, given the extra villages Viper's got, maybe this is not the worst, right? I mean, the wooden fortress, what is it going to be? 70? 175 wood? Guess it's fine. Let's check. Another ram's coming in here. Good job. Viper's already gonna try to take this one down. Good reaction from the Viper as well. He garrisons the villagers right away, but he ends up losing one over here. Not even a single villager going down. What? Minotaur's coming out. The archer's coming out from the Viper, just trying to go right up against Vortix's economy. Man, Vortix's base is actually really, really small. And there we go. It seems like finally the red player will be able to take the fortress down. He's not paying attention though. He's got one ram over here he's not using. Now he's sending it forward. Let's check this out. Good job. Should be taking care of these Minotaurs, no problem. It's taking a long time because Lone Swords are going to be light range. It's going to be good against light units, not heavy units, but TC is enough for Vortix to take the units down. So yeah, once again, he keeps on going for it. It seems like now he's trying to save enough resources to go up to the castle age. Eventually he'll be able to do it. Where's the rest of the economy for him? He's been collecting some deer over here with the mill. Okay. Yeah, this is a very, very nice spot for Vortix. It's just doing so much damage. The Viper's still pretty alright though. He's collecting relics right now. Let's bring the relics in. He's got 2 already, and he's going out for more. Once again though, Vortix has had this issue for so long. He does find some exposed villages on the left-hand side though. Good job, 3 villages going down. He's going to go right up against these villages, taking berries right now as well. But there's a magnet over here from the Viper, so Vortix cannot keep on pushing over there unless he goes for the spearman and tries to take this one down. That is enough for the Viper. All he needed the magnet over here for was to buy time to get the villages out of there, and he got it. So here it comes. That's a good shot. We have Minotaurs for the Viper. The magnet over here is being repaired in real time as well, and those crossbows, or actually those longbows, going down if they stick around, so they need to bail, and that's such a great defense for the Viper. Castle Age gets you access to these units, and Viper's taking full advantage of it. If he was just sticking to only standard units, standard infantry over here, he probably was going to keep on struggling against Vortix. To be fair though, earlier Vortix had some rams over here completely unprotected again, and that's been an issue for him for the majority of this game. He just kept on losing the rams to villages, and that should not have happened most likely, but yeah. Let's see. He's got a good amount of archers over here. The Minotaurs are just ridiculous, guys. Take a look at how many shots it takes to take a single Minotaurs down. It's like 3 volleys from the entire army from Vortix. These are so strong. Of course. Very high HP. high pierce armor as well. They're gonna be dealing like 2 damage per shot, I think. Yeah. Good job. That's another big Mangonel shot. And Viper's holding on just fine. When will Vortix go up to the Castle Age? I don't see another landmark coming up, and he does not have the same resources he had before. Like he was trying to save, but he does not have enough resources anymore. And Viper, on the other hand, looking so much stronger right now. With Minotaurs, he's looking unstoppable, honestly. The Mangonel over here keeps on threatening the Lombos as well. So yeah, it's a pretty good position for the blue player. I want to see the military production over here. It's got more Mangonels coming out. It's got crossbows on the way right now, as well as more Minotaurs too. Good job. See? There we go. There we are. Yeah, and the Mangonel over here is just so threatening. It's so deadly. Vortix just keeps on roaming around because he does not want to do anything with the Mangonel. We see more coming forward? Yeah. More Mangonels on the way for the Viper. Securing the sacred site over here as well. Or keeping control of the sacred site, actually. Pretty good stuff. Where's the Mangonel, by the way? Did he lose it? He had the Mangonel over here. I think he might have lost it. Well, anyway. The Minotaurs are so strong. Still, Vortix does not have enough to go up. No landmark on the way. He's just trying to survive for the time being. He does have a good amount, though, of archers to play with. He might be able to clean these units up. I mean, after all, Viper's units need to keep on chasing the archers away. That means these archers are going to stay protected for the time being. Now with the castle, with the network of castles, these are significantly faster attacking, so at the very least there is that. And he should be able to clean up the Minotaurs. It took so long though for Vortix to clean up a very small amount of Minotaurs from the Viper. And that's just the first wave. Where are the Mangonels though? That's what I'm wondering. The Viper had Mangonels out and I don't see them anymore. Where are they? This one, I'm pretty sure it's another one that he's sending forward. Yeah. Oh, White Tower's coming up though! Vortix is finally on his way to the Castle Age! But the Mangonel over here is so deadly! He can take villagers down and that's... Wow! About 6 villages going down to a single Mango shot! What a great position for the Viper! Might end up getting pushed away from here for the time being, but if he can bring a few extra Minotaurs, he should be in a pretty good spot still. Good job. Yeah, the White Tower is coming up. This is going to act for the Viper as a keep, so it's a fantastic defensive building. Let's see. Mangonels might eventually go down. Very, very good unit control over here from Vortix, spreading his units around to minimize the potential damage, but still, he does end up calling the GG. Viper is up 1-0 against Vortix after an incredible performance over here with the Rus. Let's update the score then, and let's take a look at the achievements, because we're gonna get, for the timeline, a very, very nice population count over here for Vortix during the majority of the game, but the Viper's economy was so much stronger. If we go and take a look at the actual villager count, the Viper was significantly ahead for the majority of the game, at the very least until we got to the Castle Age, until Vortix, I think, started even considering going up to the Castle Age. The Viper was so far ahead. Wow. For stats, on the other hand, for military, we got a very nice KD ratio over here, very close to 3-2. Very close to 3-2 for the Viper. And for economy, a stronger score overall as well, collecting more of everything. For technology, much better for him as well. The only player to ever reach the Castle Age first off, and yeah, well played. At the end of the game, can we see the villager count at the end of the game? I don't think it's possible, right? No. Average villager idle time. Yeah, that was not the best for the Viper. To be fair. That's because of all the chasing around those rams, right? Villager high, 60 to 56. I'm pretty sure at the end of the game, though, the Viper was significantly higher compared to Vortix. We can take a look at the timeline and go for villager count. Yeah, and at the end it was better for the Viper, of course. That was pretty bad for Vortix. Those were the villagers trying to get the white tower up. And then on the right hand side, I'm pretty sure he was taking some losses over there as well. We could not take a look at it. He resigned before we could move the camera away. And yeah. Let's go back. And welcome you guys to game number 2 in the series between the Viper and Vortix. Remember, this is a best of 3. Viper is playing French over here while Vortix is playing as Ruse. What is the map? Well, it's boulder based, so this is going to put the Viper in a pretty good position. However, the deep fish generation over here is not particularly great. We do have a lot of deep fish very close to Vortix side of the map. Meanwhile, Viper on the other hand is going to be kind of empty-handed over here. I guess if we see Vortix just try to fast castle, taking advantage of the bounty bonus, the bounty goal, right? No, he is going for the dog. I was going to say if he was going to try to just go for fast castle, it's not going to be quite as bad because even if the Viper gets water control over here, because of all the fish being over to Vortix's side of the map, Viper's economy is not going to be quite as efficient as it could be. As efficient as it could be. I had to do it, sorry. But yeah, let's check. Where's the scout? He's taken the air already. Let's take a look at Vortix's. There we go. Vortix's point of view. He's got 50, 60. He'll be getting a little bit extra gold over here. I don't think he'll be going for any extra scouts though. So yeah. Did he get this? No, he did not get this, of course. He's only on an 80 right now, so not a chance. Okay, so now he should be going for the next tier patch. Does he even know about it in front of his base? He doesn't. Oh, he knows, actually. Yeah, he can see it. Does not see the icon in the minimap, but he can already see the deer. So he's going right after those. Good stuff. Viper on the other hand, well, he'll just be going for water, of course. He's going around. Is Viper trying to deny hunting over here? Yeah, he's gotten one deer patch already. Okay. Both actually. Yeah. And he's gotten here a little bit too late, so he cannot deny this anymore. Where are the deer even? On the left hand side, right? So it's going over the right hand side. I think by the time he gets there, there are not going to be any deer anymore left to take. There's one over here. Let's see. Yeah. All the deer already down. So good job. Viper's here a little bit too late. He's got a second scout even. Wow. Vortix not so much. Good stuff. He's trying to get some damage done over here. And we have Lottie fishing boats. The thing with Vortix is that his civilization with the Lodia ships over here, he can transform these into any civilization, into any, boat that he wants, right? Which is pretty good. It's going to come at a cost, of course. But yeah, like you can turn all your fish boats into war boats, into galleys. Or into explosive Lodia ships as well. So it's pretty good. There's also the fact that for Ruse, the fish boats do not need to travel to dock, right, to drop resources. That would actually be very, very handy if the map generation was for him, similar to what it is like for the Viper, right? Like if he was the one with almost no deep fish close to his docks, this would actually be a lot more relevant than it actually is right now. But yeah, anyway, it's still pretty good. It's going to make the fishing ships a little bit more efficient. Fuel H on the way for Vortix. Viper on his way to the Fuel H as well. He should be going for the Chamber of Commerce. Yeah. And there's a second dock coming up over here, so we'll see Hulk production for the Viper coming up for sure very soon. Meanwhile, Vortix on the other hand, he's probably just gonna be turning all of these into Lodia attack ship. Good job. Will he take a villager down though? I think he might. I think he might take a villager down. He's going for it. Oh, the villagers are getting close to the TC already though. Yeah. And he managed to get the dock up already as well, so that's still pretty good. Viper should be able to start going for the Hawks. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, good job. He's trying to do some damage over here. Yeah, and the Viper is ignoring the scouts for the time being. Oh! Scout goes down for the Viper though. That's a lot of sheep that potentially Vortix could take. Let's see, there we go. Finally, FLH will be here for the Viper. He should start thinking about going for Hawks, of course, so let's see. Meanwhile, we already have all the attack ships over here for Vortix. He's got, of course, a very high military potential over here with so many Lodian ships. And yeah, this is what I want to see because that's a villager going down, right? It is! Good pick for Vortix! The Viper was just trying to ignore the scouts and he gets punished for it. Notice how the Viper did not go for fishing boats at all. And I don't see any Hulks coming out for the... So what's going on over here with the blue player? Keeps on ignoring the scouts. Take a look at Vortix on the other hand. And Vortix looking so much stronger right now. Take a look at military and eco units. We have 10 to 31. Meanwhile, the Viper is on 1 in 28. So yeah, we have about 3 extra eco units for Vortix, and of course that's going to be partly because of the Lodia fishing boats. So it's pretty good. It seems so weird. Viper did not want to go for water whatsoever. Okay, now he's got some fishing boats over here. Oh yeah, I think these were probably forward, so he does have some, yeah. But these were probably forward beyond our line of sight. Anyway. Let's check. There he goes. He's gonna start trying to get the ducks down, and finally we see Hulks coming out for the Viper, but is that going to be enough? Let's take a look at the HP pool over here for both players. I think it's looking significantly better for Vortix still, but the Hulks are so strong. You can see one of the attack ships already going down, while there were so many units attacking one boat from the Viper. It's going to end up being a 1-to-1 trade. That is actually not bad for the Viper, all things considered, honestly. This is still pretty pricey though, so at the very least Vortix should still be able to get a bit of trade, but will he though? He's bailing. Yeah, he's bailing. Palisade walls coming out for Vortix around the map. Okay, good stuff. Let's check. Good job. Yeah. Vortix got a scary amount of units over here. He's got Steeled Arrow right now as well, so that's pretty good. Okay, he should be able to, he's gotta take this one, right? Yeah, and this time around he did not lose an attack ship at all. And there we go. Wow, Viper goes a GG right there. That seems so awkward. That seemed very unlike French at all. But Vortix, guys, ends up equalizing. I guess that's going to be the answer to our question, right? What do you do against French? Well, you just go for Rus. And yeah, in the end, that's going to be a 1-to-1 series so far. Game number 3 will be coming up very shortly. Let's take a look at the villager count over here. Of course, significantly higher for Vortix, going for more load efficient boats as well. And yeah, for stats real quick. Much better KD for Vortix. Much better? Not quite as much. 4-3. 1-5 for the Viper. That seems kind of off. Yeah, it seems kind of weird. I think this is probably just because of a bug. I think in Age of Empires 4, when you garrison ships inside the docks, or when you garrison units, for whatever reason, they go to the loss count over here. Well, I'm not really sure, but it's clearly bugged that. Still, economy, better for Vortix as well. Technology, better for Vortix. Pretty well played. Red player equalizes the series then. Let's go back and wait for game number 3. Let's wait for the equalizer. Welcome you guys. Welcome everyone to the final game of the series. This is the semi-final already of the SteelSeries between the Viper and Vortix. Game number 3 will be the tiebreaker, will be the decider to see who moves on to the grand final stage already. We take a look at these civilizations, and the Viper is going to be playing with English. Meanwhile, Vortix will be playing with Chinese. Starting with Vortix's civilization, the Chinese will represent a very weird choice. Well, a very peculiar choice, rather, not so much weird. It's got the Imperial officials over here, alright. Man, when you actually zoom out and the level of detail goes down, it looks as if he's hunching a little bit. It's so weird. Well, anyway, for Chinese, we'll get first off, villagers can build buildings 100% faster, defense is 50% faster. They're gonna get also 20% faster working docks. That's not relevant over here though. But then besides that, we also get for Chinese chemistry available upon reaching the Imperial Age. And they'll have also the dynasty system, right? Meanwhile, the Viper on the other hand, playing with the English, is going to have all the bonuses we talked about earlier. So, 1 extra range on Navy units, which is not going to be relevant over here once again. He's going to have cheaper farms. He does have also faster working farmers closer to the mills. And of course, we'll get also for English twice as many arrows that the TCs can shoot, and access to Vanguard men-at-arms. There's also the network of castles, mechanic as well, which is pretty good. And that's going to be it for the most important things. Now, this map, the last one, Altai, right? This is the home map for the Viper. I love this one, like honestly, aesthetically speaking, I just like this map so much. I mean, take a look at those mountains, these are so well made. The Vampires 4 might be getting some heat for the graphics, but some things are undeniably so beautiful. My graphics are not even high right now. PC cannot handle high graphics, maybe in the future. Support the stream. Description. Tip link. Anyway, let's see. What to expect from here, from this matchup? Well, players are probably going to be going for archers most likely. Viper, of course, with English, will be getting longer range longbows as opposed to standard archers. It could be pretty strong. Yeah, and he's getting the council hall already up, so we'll see archer production begin very shortly. Meanwhile, Vortix on the other hand, doesn't seem like he'll be able to do much of anything. You gotta notice though, because of the way that the map generates over here, take a look at the minimap, and it's quite apparent that it'll be significantly easier for the Viper to protect himself. So if he was to go for some walls, maybe, let's see, let's try to rotate the camera. So if he goes for some walls, from here to here, for instance, right? And, sorry, from here to here and here to here. He already protects the front part of his base. And then he goes for some more walls over here on the back. Just going to be very, very cheap to do, given that there's a very small choke point over here for him to wall out. And he protects the left-hand side, and then over the right-hand side over here, once again, is not going to be very expensive. He can just go for the palisades from here to here. And here to here, right? Probably like this. And he protects himself entirely, which is pretty good. Barbican of the Sun coming in for Vortix. I kind of wonder if he's gonna be playing for the dynasties or not. Some dynasty is going to require both this and the Imperial Palace. He's got some palaces coming up already. And yeah, the reason that I was talking about the map generation and the ability of the Viper to wall himself up is because Vortix's side of the map is so much more open. You can see that the majority of the mountains are going to be on the left hand side closer or around Viper's base, right? Not so much for Mr. Vortix. Anyway, PLH is here for both players at about the same time. Let's see exactly what Viper is going for. Lombos right away. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at Vortix on the other hand. And yeah, he's got not much of anything right now. He's only now going for the archer range, so he's going to be going for some archers himself. He does have the palisades on the right hand side though. He's been able to build this up. Viper Scout is very unlikely to take the villagers down. Yeah. I think the village is getting back to safety for Vortix just fine, right? Yeah. Good job. Left hand side. Few palisades from Mr. Vortix. Then he'll be palisade in this area over here as well, and then he should be completely fine himself as well. There we go. All right. Yeah, this is fine. I think Vortix is going to be okay. With Barbican of the Sun over here already providing protection, he should have the left-hand side already completely protected, and then only the right-hand side over here could potentially be exposed. But you know, you can just garrison a few villages and he's gonna be okay even against the Lombo, so it's good. He is going for the Imperial Academy though, so he will be going out to the Sun Dynasty. Let's check. Yep, it seems like it's going to be pretty uneventful until we get to the Castle Age, because players will need siege to get the push going, especially the Viper. The Viper is going to need siege to get the push going over here. Lombos alone are not going to cut it. Interesting though, Vortix is going over to the stone. It'd be pretty good if he could go for an outpost over here as well, so that he can protect these villages without having to pay attention at all times and have to pull these villages over to the TC. There we go, Sun Dynasty begins. Good stuff. That's pretty good for Vortix. There we go. 1 out of 4 Imperial officers right now. Still alright. Interesting push though from Vortix. He does not have quite as many archers though, compared to the Viper. Does he have any upgrades? He doesn't even have a blacksmith. No. The Viper doesn't have a blacksmith either, so Viper should be significantly outranging Vortix. Maybe not significantly, but he should be outranging Vortix. And he's got more numbers over here, doesn't he? It's about the same right now for both, actually. Interesting. The Viper already go for... He did not go for setup camp just yet. No. He's not going for it. Good job. Yeah, this is a pretty good position still for Vortix. Viper will be the first one to go up, as of course the red player had to go for both landmarks. But this is going to be so good for him, of course. The Sun Dynasty is fantastic. It's going to make your villager production so much smoother as well. So let's actually go and take a look at population, shall we? We have 35 and 11 for Vortix. Meanwhile, the Viper, on the other hand, is on 31 and 9. So that's already 4 extra villagers for Vortix, and that's remarkable. Very soon, these extra villagers will pay off for the cost of the extra landmark, and he'll be able to go up to the Castle Age on a stronger economy compared to the Viper. Now, Viper, I don't think he's going for a second TC at all. So yeah, I think he's just trying to go up to the Castle Age. Not going for a second TC tells me that the Viper is just going to try to be as aggressive as humanly possible. So he's got the landmark coming up over here up north, right? This is going to be the White Tower, which is going to act as a keep. After he gets this up, I think he'll just make a switch into full aggression, and we're going to see probably Rams, right? Spearmen and Lombos from the Viper to push against Vortix. And Vortix, if he cannot defend himself against that, if he cannot get himself to the Castle Age by the time Viper comes here, then it might be a little bit too strong of a push for Vortix to hold on against, but we'll see. For the time being, Viper's got a fairly small amount of units. He's gonna be trying to mass more, of course, and let's see. The other thing for English that we did not mention at the very beginning is the fact that the keeps can produce all units for them. So he doesn't even need to go for a siege workshop. He can just start producing units from here. From the White Tower, as it's going to act as a keep already. So it's pretty good, yeah. There we go. Good stuff. Yeah, he's going for a magnet right away. Wasting no time whatsoever. What else? No blacksmith still though, so no upgrades for the units. It's just gonna be relying on numbers instead. I guess for the archers, for the Lombos over here, it's fine because of the extra range already, but it would be pretty good if he could go for extra attack. Specifically. Is he going to make a switch maybe to crossbows, or is he going to be sticking to archers? Okay, he's going for veteran Lombos right now. What else? Not much else. Yeah, no extra upgrades, still no blacksmith. No eco upgrades. Just units. Yeah, he's just going for full aggression. You can see it. He's going for setup camp right now as well. After, yeah, a veteran comes up. He's got it. So this is what he wanted to see. Vortix is a little bit behind on score, but that's just because of full military production from the Viper. However, Vortix is already, or should be already, on his way to the Castle Age, right? Yes, yes, yes! And what does he have? Where's the landmark? Where's the landmark coming up? I don't see it. Oh, it's right here. He's going for the Astronomical Clock Tower. This can be so strong, guys! Astronomical Clock Tower is going to give him stronger siege weapons. And that can be so good against the upcoming push from the Viper. He's going exactly for what he needs to go. Yeah, and wow, that's a lot of villages as well. And remember, 100% faster working builders, so he gets the Astronomical Clock Tower in no time, right? And what do we see? We see Springles coming out right away. That's going to be good for sniping the Mangonels, and that's even going to be good for sniping actual units. So yeah, Viper's trying to get some damage done on the TC. It's going to take forever. Mangonels against TCs over here are not going to be anywhere near as strong as they are in Age of Empires 2, so Viper needs to go for something else. Either counterweight trebuchets or... yeah, basically counterweight trebuchets. Or Rams maybe, right? Let's see. He's got more Lombos coming out. Still producing just from the Council Hall, right? Yeah. What is it producing from here? Nothing. I think you could easily go for a stronger Lombo Man production. I mean, he's got the resources. Yeah. Just go for it. He's got the food. He's got the wood. He's just not maximizing the value of his buildings just yet. Okay, Springle's over here already, so Viper needs to bail. Does he have a villager 4 maybe to try and reset the HP of the Mangonel? I don't see a villager 4 for the Viper, no. Let's check. Good stuff. Alright, Viper's roaming around. Nice walls for Vortix, by the way. Yeah, he's getting the walls up over here on the left hand side while the Viper is trying to find an opening. He finds nothing. Just runs into walls right away. Might be able to break through over here though, will he? No, not quite. Just trying to get some vision, but of course, he won't really be able to get too much. And it's going to take forever for him to break through the palisade, so might as well just trying to find an opening elsewhere. Does he know about this, by the way? Yeah, he knows about these too. So he knows that Vortix, or at the very least he suspects Vortix to be completely walled up. Let's bring the Mangonel over here. Okay, I'll try to take this down. Good job. We know that there's a second wave, or there is a second layer of walls over here though on the back. So yeah. Good stuff. Good job. Yeah, and eventually he's gonna be breaking through. He's got an outpost coming up forward as well. Hey! Viper's got a blacksmith! Good stuff. Still hasn't gone for any eco upgrades though, which seems kind of worrying. Just more Lombos coming out by this, by the minute. Single TC, I think? Or did he finally add the second TC? Nope. Just one TC, so full aggression. The thing though is, Vortix has been able to buy himself so much time that by the time Viper actually manages to break through over here, I think Vortix is going to be alright. He should already be on a good amount of defensive units, right? Like, he's been trying to mass them up and he's got plenty of spring ults. He's got crossbow. Actually, no, these are archers, right? Yeah, we have archers and we have men at arms. Or palace guards, rather, for Chinese, of course. So yeah, it all seems to indicate that Vortix is gonna be fine. By the time Viper is finally able to get in, right? Vortix, we already have enough Minotaurs to push the Lombos away. We already saw how strong the Minotaurs can be against standard archer units. And yeah, with all the spring ults that the Viper's got as well, then he should easily, or that the Vortix cat as well, he should be able to easily hold on against Viper's Mangonel pushes. And yeah, you can see a Vortix significantly higher score right now compared to the Viper. We take a look at population, and it's probably going to be a much higher villager count right now for Vortix, especially as he's got a second TC right now up on the right hand side, which is fantastic. Let's see. 84 to 30 eco versus military compared to 52 and 47. So many extra villagers. I think over 30 extra villagers already for Vortix. 52, 84, yeah. 32 additional villagers, a close to 60% stronger economy for Vortix. The Viper, on the other hand, he was completely unable to do anything. He still don't want to see. If he went for an extra TC right now, he would be only playing catch up. Meanwhile, Vortix, oh man, Vortix is going for the upgrades that Viper should be gone for already, and he's not gone for just yet, right? Like, he's got full defense already for the Castle Age. Full pierce armor anyway. Meanwhile, the Viper on the other hand is only now going for, he's going for military academy to increase the production capacity, but he's got only one extra attack and he's got no pierce armor whatsoever in the unit. So Viper, we cannot say the Viper played this game passive, because he definitely tried to get the push going, and we saw him. He just prioritized military production over anything else, over villagers, over upgrades, over anything, right? He's got a good amount of units over here, and for sure he's got more military units compared to the Chinese player. 51 over here compared to Vortix's 39. military count. But the problem is, Vortix, with the amount of units he's got already, he should easily be able to hold on, to defend himself. He's got the Barbican of the Sun over here, which is going to act as a defense, right? So defensive building. He's got the TC over here as well. He's got the extra TC over here. He can garrison the villagers everywhere. And yeah, he's got enough Spring Elves over here and Palace Guards to hold on against Lombos and Mangonels. Like there is no tomorrow. So yeah, it's a really rough spot for the Viper. He needs to go for a push as soon as possible, and he needs to go for a strong of a push as soon as possible. And unfortunately, his economy does not seem like it's going to be enough for him to get away with it. He does have a second TC right now, right? But once again, getting the second TC after you have already fallen behind the village account by so much is playing catch up, and Vortix will be able to get significantly ahead himself. Wouldn't be surprised to see Vortix go up to the Imperial Age so much faster compared to the Viper. And he's just played for defense. He's done a really, really good job. This is definitely a game to analyze in further depth in the future. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, this is definitely a gameplay style that you want to polish and you want to be able to play with, because it's just so strong. Good job. Let's see. Archers on the right hand side. Alright. Yeah. Spring Elves and Men at Arms over here. It's going for some rams. Vortix is actually the one thinking about pushing right now, interestingly enough. He's just going after the one outpost, right? Yeah, he's just going after the one outpost. Let's see. He's taking it down, no problem. Sacred Side's coming in for the Viper. Ah, man, it feels like it's probably a little bit too little, a little bit too late though. How on earth is he gonna be keeping control of 3 Sacred Sites? I don't think it's possible. He's trying to get the stone walls on the left, right? Yeah. So he will be able to protect 1 Sacred Site, I guess. But then this one is completely exposed. We have fortified outposts over here for the Viper. And then on the right hand side, this one is still not captured, and it's completely exposed as well, especially as the Viper's gone for stone walls from here to the edge of the map. He's leaving this Sacred Side completely out in the open. Let's take a look at the Viper's point of view. Does he even know about the Sacred Side? I think he knows, yeah, he knows. He knew. Still lacking upgrades. Meanwhile over here, Vortix is coming out with a force, guys. The outpost is going down right away. It's melting away. There you go, and bow! Gets completely destroyed. It's not even close. So many Palace Guards, and the Viper kept on going for only Lombos, which means these units are going to be so effective against Viper's current army. He's going right up against the White Tower as well. For Rams, yeah, the Spring Elves from the Viper might be enough to take the Rams down, but he's got Spring Elves from Vortix to worry about, and that's a lot, guys. We have 8 Spring Elves over here from Vortix, taking everything from the Viper down. He's got B, he's got a nest of B over here as well. Wow, and these are Clock Tower siege weapons as well, which are so much stronger too, so of course there is no chance the Viper will be able to hold on to this at all, right? Notice how, yeah, the Sacred Site over here got neutralized as well. Viper's trying to get the Sacred Site on the right hand side and the left hand side, but he does not have enough defense over here to hold on. And the center, the White Tower is just going down completely. And Vortix certainly took his sweet time to get out of his cocoon, but after he broke free, there was no stopping him as the Viper gets pushed out of this hill and loses the landmark. Now he's gonna be up against Palace Guards with Pikemen and Villagers, which are not going to be anywhere strong enough. Not even the Lone Swords are going to be... Sorry, not even the Lombos are going to be strong enough against Palace Guards over here. We still have a good amount of units for Vortix, so... Wouldn't be surprised if this game was over very shortly, and that's it. Viper calls a GG, guys! And once again, he gets knocked out of an Age of Empires 4 tournament 2 times in a row in the semifinals after the Winter Series. Now he got knocked out by Lucifron's brother, Vortix. And the semifinals over here, we're going to see a final score of 2-1 in favor of Vortix, who's going to move on to the grand finals while the Viper, well, gets knocked out. You can see over here, the timeline tells the story so clear. So clearly. Good stuff. Villager count, it was just never even close. Never even close. Incredible. Military count, yeah, higher for the Viper, but he wasn't able to do any damage, and the defense for Vortix was just incredible. We take a look at the stats over here, and for military, so much better for Vortix in the end with a very close to 3-2 KD ratio, and of course that's not something the Viper could afford in his position, of course. He needed to be the one putting pressure. He needed to be the one doing damage, and he tried. We know he tried for dear life, but it was just not enough. Well, guys, that'll be it for the semifinal over here.